Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the German Premium Tier 8 tank destroyer, the Rheinmetall Skorpion G, or the Skorpion. We do have both tanks in this video. We've got the standard Skorpion and the Skorpion G, which are both the same tank, but one's got a skin, one's not. And if you do like the video, as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. So yes, the Skorpion G is a proper old school tank these days. It's been out for a very long time, and it was a very good tank when they released it. It's still a very good tank even now, because the gun handling on it is fantastic. 490 Alpha is lovely on this thing. It's pretty damn mobile. You could always play it like a proper tank destroyer, but you didn't really have the best camo in the universe. Or you could play it like a Panther with a big gun. Just make sure you didn't stick yourself in too aggressive a position where you could be shot at all that often, because naturally you had no armour, which is a bit of a problem. But you do have this fabulous 128mm gun, which has 246 penetration on the standard AP, which is absolutely lovely, with 311 penetration on the APCR. Now you've got 920 meter second shell velocity on the standard AP, with 1150 on the premium APCR, which is pretty good. You've got 7 degrees of gun depression on this tank, which helps you work a ridgeline quite nicely, but not that effectively, because you are actually a pretty damn tall tank in this Skorpion, which, yeah, can be a little bit awkward. You have a base view range of 360, which is a little bit low in the Skorpion, so naturally you can't get your view range up to be the highest in the universe. It means you will struggle to spot things sometimes, but with the build I've got, you've got it up to 461 meters of view range, which is pretty okay. You've got 390 meters of base still concealment, which you can get down to 307 meters of still concealment on the move, but 297 while still, which is really not too bad. And especially that is a lot better than it used to be, because naturally with pre 6.0 you would have had to have the camo net and sit there and wait for the camo net to activate to get anywhere near that level. These days the camo net is always active, so therefore you do get that camo of still concealment, which is pretty good. You have a base accuracy on this gun, by the way, of 0.3, which has always been phenomenal. Although pre 6.0, this was one of those tanks for me that was exceptionally accurate, but still missed all the shots I ever wanted anyway. If it could find a bit of the ridgeline, it would, which was always frustrating to me. But yeah, 0.3 base accuracy is phenomenal. It's got a 2.1 second aim time as well, which is absolutely fantastic. It means it aims in pretty damn quickly. And with the build that I've got as well, you've got 0.67 accuracy during rotation, which is really not too bad. But you've got 3.34 accuracy during movement, which is pretty poor, which is why the gun blooms out so much, and why the aim circle becomes so big after you've moved, which is something you want to try and nullify if you can. So what do I run in terms of a crew on the old Skorpion? Well, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Silent Driving, and Muffled Shot. Muffled Shot to reduce the effect of firing on my camo, because I'm a TD. It's nice to be able to stay unspotted if I have fired. The Silent Driving to keep my camo down while I'm on the move. And the Camouflage Expertise to knock my camo down by 10%, which is what you want to do with tanks that can be a bit stealthy. The Run and Gun to knock my on the move dispersion down, so I can at least try and limit how much the aim circle blooms out. And Steady Aim to make the accuracy 10% better as always. And realistically, the last 4 perks you're going to take on every single tank in World War II. I mean, really, from Steady Aim to Born Leader, you're going to take all those in every single tank. And in terms of equipment on the old Skorpion, I run Advanced Loader, Optics, Camo Net. Camo Net to be able to keep my camo down to that 297 meters of still concealment. Optics to be able to at least try to spot for myself and get it up to that 461 meters of view range. And then the Advanced Loader to make the DPM on the tank pretty damn nice, because you can get it up to 3.3k DPM, which is pretty damn tasty if we're honest for a tier 8 tank destroyer, and we'll take that. So this first game, we are on Erlenberg. We're on Derpenberg. And we're up to 2,039 assistance. We're in a pretty awkward spot right now, and we take a rather large hit, which puts us down to 178 hit points. I think that was from the Draugen, but we're still trying to angle for shots towards the IS-6, but he gets unspotted. We're now going to poke out and see if we can spot the guys along the ridgeline, along the 2 line, but nothing's getting spotted up at this point. We've just got to be patient. We have no hit points left now, which means that, yeah, it's going to be pretty awkward if we do get spotted, because we will just get wrecked. But we do manage to snap the shot into the Barask to shut the Barask down. And we're just waiting on the reload, and again, pulling back to get safe. Hopefully waiting to get unspotted before we manage to poke out again to try and get some damage out on the enemy team. The 252U is spotted in between the buildings towards our cap. And I think, maybe I can get a shot at this guy over here. And we can. We can actually find the shot. So we're just waiting for the gun to aim in before putting the shot towards him. But sadly, the wall eats the shot because it eats the 128mm round. It doesn't go anywhere near the defender. Trying to get the shot into his back end. This time it does go in for 484. Once again, waiting for the reload just so that we can keep putting shots in. But he's now decided to move back behind that building. Gets tracked behind the building so that we can't quite get any shots at him. And yeah, this replay was from quite a while ago. Oh, we shut down the defender there. This replay was from quite a while ago because the Skorpion is one of those, again, that I played the Skorpion G so much that I don't really find it interesting to play anymore, so I don't really ever play it. But then I played it the other week and ended up having a pretty damn nice game in the other Skorpion G. And it was like, oh, I've got a replay sitting around from a wee while ago, which is why you're still seeing that pointless box in the top left-hand corner and no ribbons. But we're still going to have a pretty damn nice game, and nothing has changed about the Skorpion whatsoever. It's exactly the same as it was from the day it was released. But we're up to 4.5k damage now with that shot into the HMH AMX M449 as Swindle shuts it down with his Type 59-2. There's 3 tanks left on the enemy team, and it's like, right, where are they? What are they? The heavy tank that we've just been spotted by is on our left, same as the Dragon. We get a shot snapped into the Dragon. It's the I6 Black that's still hiding behind that building. We can't quite find a shot into him, but he starts to back out to try and find a shot into us. So we get a lovely cheeky shot through the gap of that building to put him down to a one-shot. Just waiting on the reload, because I know I'm not going to get spotted by him if I do poke round, because he wasn't spotting us. It's just the fact that we'd already been spotted. He's turned now to face Swindle and the heavy tank. The Sturm Tiger P gets shut down by Swindle. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for this IS-6 to make the mistake. It's like, come on, IS-6. Do it. Do it, boy. Thank you so much, Mr. IS-6. And we finally, the patience pays off, and we shut down that Soviet Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank. Now, there's only one tank left on the enemy team. It is the Dragon. He's a 2-shot, and he's marauding round that K line up the 0 line towards our 2 tank destroyers that are on the ridge line. So we're going to use the Skorpion's mobility now to try and get over there, put a shot into him hopefully. And to be honest, I'm just hoping to get at least one more shot of damage. I don't care if I die at this point. It's just like, give me one more shot. Come on. Come on, one more shot is all we want in the Skorpion. So we're going to run around this side of the hill so that we're not just running headfirst into where he's looking and therefore he'd just kill us. He shuts down the AT-7, but he's clearly distracted with the TD and the artillery. The artillery hits him, putting him down to a one-shot, and we finish off the Dragon there with the last kill of the game. And we finish the game with a really nice total for the Skorpion. We finish with the victory, top of the team, 6 kills, 6.2k damage, the 251 assistance, the Brothers in Arms, the Ace Tanker, the High Caliber, the Top Gun, with the 2.2k base XP. A pretty damn nice game there for the Skorpion on Derpenberg. And now we're on to the second replay. And the second replay is a game that I ended up taking the Skorpion G out by accident. I put a crew in it, and I thought, do I want to play the Skorpion G? And I thought, nah, you know what? I went to take the crew back out of the Skorpion G, because I thought, no, you know what? I'll go play the standard Skorpion, because what's the point of playing the Skorpion G if I've got it 3-marked? I may as well play the one that I haven't 3-marked, right? And get more games in that one. But then, instead of taking the crew out of the Skorpion G, I accidentally just pressed A, and it, you know when the game just does that thing? And it always does it at the most inconvenient times. It's normally when you don't have a crew in your tank, actually, that it does it. But it's when you press A, and it just goes, insta-battle! And you're like, no, I couldn't back out! That's what happened, which, it could have been worse. We could have just not taken a crew, so it's fine. And we're on this map, which is Dragon's Ridge. We've come to the position here in the Skorpion G to E67, and we're just going to keep playing Peekaboom. We've got one shot into the VK3601H. We've now got a shot into the T32, waiting for the reload, and we're just going to keep playing Peekaboom with the enemy team. We get another shot through the Batchat 12T there, and the T32 is now just watching the corner. He fires, which means it's safe to poke round on this corner. Can't see the Batchat 12T, cannot find the shot into the T32, but we can find the shot into the VK3601H to get rid of that German Tier 6 tank that is a heavy tank. There we go. I was about to call it a tank destroyer. So, now that that VK is gone, we're going to change the position and flank to get a cheeky shot into the T32. We've dived down as quickly as possible. We weren't spotted when we did it, and I thought, well, now I can get into the side of this T32 and get my gun down to shoot him. But in the same time that I've taken to come this way, he's now gone to the position where I was, which is really, really awkward. But we're now in a position where we're flanked on the VK3001D, so we shut him down with the shot. We really want to get rid of this batch at 12T if we can as well. So now we're reloaded. We're going to see if we can shoot him through the buildings, which we do. And we get rid of the tier 8 light tank that was on the enemy team there, the batch at 12T. We're now unspotted. So I'm thinking, okay, do I want to get rid of that T32? But just as we start to poke round, the T54 Mod 1 drives around the corner and lights us up, which is not good for us. But he seems to be ignoring us. Now, this is the thing with Dragon's Ridge. We have to be careful because we're getting detected the instant we go after that T54 Mod 1, which means they have the people that inevitably camp at J67, and there is absolutely nothing we can do about those guys at J67. There is nothing at all. The only way to counter those guys is to go down the 0 line along the K line, which means we've got to drive all the way round, and it's the only way we can deal with it, because they can sit there with impunity and farm us until we get close enough to spot them, but most of the time you've done that, you've basically cost yourself all of your hit points. So the T54 Mod 1 starts to pull back, but I know I can get shots down into this King Dragon. So we're just going to try and get shots into the King Dragon. We can't quite see him yet, so we just sling the shot towards the KV-85. It flies through and pens him. Now the King Dragon is driving into the open, and unfortunately we can't quite get the shot into him, but the KV-85 is staying in a position where we can shoot him, and we put the shot down range into the Soviet Tier 6 Tech Tree Heavy Tank and get rid of it. The King Dragon, though, looks like he could be driving his position. I could shoot him again. So we're just keeping ourselves in this TD position because we're unspotted right now. We may as well keep ourselves in a place where we can possibly get some support shots down. But the King Dragon is staying behind that ledge, so we can't see him. The TD at F1 is out of render range, so we can't see him either. And our team is starting to move up. Now, unfortunately for our TDs, I was thinking, oh, I'll go help the TD round the corner because he wasn't dead yet, the SU-100M1. But clearly, he just hadn't been spotted yet, as the moment he got spotted, he went, gone. Just like that. That's what happens, and we did not see anyone on that hill at where I've just pinged at J6. It's a sad but true fact. You just can't do anything from our spawn against those positions at J6, J7 on Dragon's Ridge. Unless you go all the way round, which, thankfully, we're in a Skorpion G, so we can go all the way round. We've got 60 kilometre an hour top speed, sorry. We've got 60 kilometre an hour top speed, and we're going to use it. So we're going to climb up here on top of this ridgeline and see if we can shoot the people in the back that are sat at G7, because from here, we should be able to shoot them as long as they haven't pushed round. So, sadly for us, just as we're starting to get here, sod's law as it is, because that medium tank... The thing is, that medium tank, for all they knew, there was still a Skorpion G and an SU-130PM there. But he decided to drive around anyway. And sadly, that means that our poor old Nashorn got killed, which is, yeah, a poor time for him. But it's 5-8 at this current moment in time, which means we're losing. It's not going too well. We've got enough people defending the base, so it's like, okay, you know, you and me, Mr. SU, we're going to go attack the guys that are camping on that hill because, naturally, they will still be on that hill probably because they never move. If they go on that hill, they just stay there the entire game. That's what usually happens on Dragon's Ridge. So we're going to see if we can light them up and get rid of them. Because if we can push them out from behind their base, we can then go and deal with the middle. We can deal with the other flank. So there we go. We find them. The Brumbayer and the Dickomax. The Dickomax was ready. He already knew what was happening. That was a strange time. But we unfortunately missed the Brumbayer. We get the second shot into the Dickomax, which breaks his engine, hoping the SU-130PM can be in a position to shoot it. A heat round flies at us from the middle, so we get fairly lucky there that we didn't get hit and lose some hit points. It is the heavy tank at G6. We want to get rid of this Brumbayer, though. We put a shot into the Brumbayer. We need to get rid of it. It's got HE rounds. It will hurt if it hits us. Thankfully, the SU-130PM shuts him down. I know I can take a hit from the Dickomax, so we poke round to see if we can find the Dickomax, but we don't see him. We don't even get detected, which makes me think that the Dickomax has pulled all the way back. We know the heavy tank was pursuing us over the distance along the 7 line, so it's like, okay, I can't stay here forever. I need to close in at the Dickomax and get after it. I'm thinking, what was the heavy tank? There's only one heavy tank left. It's a Tiger 2, so it's got to have been the Tiger 2. So we need to close the distance on the Dickomax and get rid of it. We get spotted and detected, and it's like, what is going on? Okay, something could see me there. That's not good. But we get ourselves safe behind their little campy hill here at J4. In fact, it's J4, not J6, where the campy hill is. That's a pain in the ass. But now we're undetected. That medium tank was in a position where we could actually see it because it got into render range, but again, he's managed to push into our medium tank at D2, so we can't quite find the shot into him. And as we're crossing the open to get round, we end up finding the Dickomax, and then we find a T25/2 as well. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll just get rid of you then, and waiting for the reload so that we can poke round and finish off the Dickomax as well. Hopefully, if he's still in a position, we can do it, and then I can push straight across as quickly as possible to along the 2 line, and that's my plan. So what we're going to do is push up the 2 line, and once we've pushed up the 2 line, we should get a shot into the Dickomax, but also be able to get to the ridge lines at E2, which is where I want to be. But then a T28 gets spotted, and he's in a position we could just shoot. Sadly, the shot went high and just did, well, I think we just broke his gun. The Dickomax has got away, and we need to get ourselves along this 1 line and go help this medium tank, the APM X30, against the T28. Here's a one-shot for the T28, but he can sort of get round him. And with the T28 being a turretless tank destroyer with very slow track traverse, and the APM X30 being a pretty damn mobile medium tank, he can out-traverse that guy pretty easily, as long as he plays his cards right, which is what seems to be happening. But naturally, we still want to get over there and help him out if we can. The Dickomax gets spotted, so we aim up the shot and shut down the Dickomax for our top gun. We're up to 4,093 damage, and now we can progress over again and try get to the position to help this APM X30, shut down the T28. I was hesitating a second because I thought, oh god, that's a bit of a rough climb, but it is what it is. We're going to slip and slide down this hill, but, well, driving is a problem, and the track traverse on this tank isn't the best either at 30 degrees a second, so we couldn't rotate quick enough to get around the rocks, but the APM X30 did not need our help in the end, and he got rid of that Tier 8 American tank destroyer. So there's only 2 tanks left on the enemy team. It is a heavy tank, which is the Tiger 2, and a tank destroyer, which we have no idea where they are. We knew where the Tiger 2 was earlier on, because he looked like he was charging after us along the 7 line. So he could either be along the K line at this point, still trying to charge to get after us, or he might still be on the ridge lines at G7-8 and thought better of it. So we're going to progress through the middle. We have no idea where the tank destroyer is. There is just like, God knows where he is. So we're just going to try and chance it, see what we can find. We've still got some hit points. We can still take a hit from the heavy tank. I've not looked at what the tank destroyer is. I probably know what it is from earlier on, but I didn't catch a glance at what it was while watching this replay at this point. And there we go, we found the Tiger 2. The Tiger 2 is spotted. He is on that position at G7. I'm hoping that maybe the tank destroyer and the medium tank might get some shots at him. We're going to use the bushes to try and poke around and get a shot into the Tiger 2 cheekily, which we do for 444. And we're knocking him down slowly but surely. We've got to whittle him down and hope, to be honest, what I was hoping is I'd shoot the Tiger 2 and he'd go, oh no you don't, charge after me and give himself away for some free shots to the medium tank and possibly the tank destroyer, who is running away at this point. We still don't know where the other tank destroyer is, though. He's still knocking around somewhere. The Tiger 2, I'm not seeing. I'm like, okay, has the Tiger 2 dropped? The Tiger 2's possibly dropped, right? No, he hasn't. We end up spotting him. We bounce off his turret front, which is really annoying. And then he managed to get the shot into us. But we're going to make him pay for that, I hope, if we can get a shot into him. But I'm not risking it because we're not one shot for him. But we're within the range where he could get lucky and one-shot us with RNG. So we don't want to chance it. So again, we're playing peekaboo with this Tiger 2. Through the bushes, I feel like I'm not going to get spotted, or I'm not going to be spotted pushing into a position to shoot him. And he drives out in front of us, which is very, very kind of him. We shoot him in the back of the turret and damage his ammo rack. But I felt like I could push into a position to shoot him and stay unspotted through the bush. The Ballsig drives out. We get a shot through the side of the Ballsig, tracks him in place. We get unspotted again, just waiting for the reload so I can hopefully shut down this Ballsig, which is a big gun Ballsig. The Tiger 2 is attacking our medium tank. Unfortunately, the Ballsig gets unspotted, which is a really sad time. Because, yeah, that guy could kill both me and the medium tank, which would not be good. He gets spotted finally again, though, and the APM X30 shuts it down. Now we're going to drive up behind the Tiger 2. We've got the SU-130 in backup, and like I say, this Tiger 2 cannot kill me in one shot unless he gets extremely lucky. So we're going to drive around, RBRT the shot into him, drive back around the corner so he can't shoot us, and the APM X30 finishes him off. And we finished the game with a really great total for the Skorpion G there on Dragon's Ridge. Finished with the victory. 6 kills, 6,051 damage, 323 assistance, good amount of credits, the ace tanker, the sniper, the high caliber, the top gun, 2.1k base XP. A really damn nice game there for the German Tier 8 premium tank destroyer. The Skorpion G is still a pretty damn good tank even in this day and age. So as always everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
great success.